Hello and welcome to today's class. Today we'll be talking about Bhramari Pranayama, also known as humming bee breathing. This breathing technique is known to improve focus and concentration, aid with sleep, and reduce anxiety and stress. We'll be talking about who should do it and who shouldn't, some of its benefits, how to do it, and we'll take a few rounds towards the end of the video. My name is Hela from Free Spirit Yoga. Bhramari Pranayama translates into bee breathing or humming bee breathing. So Brahmar is basically a black bee found in India. It's larger in size and very much resembles a bumblebee and creates this buzzing sound. So this is what we're going to be doing in our breathing today. We inhale through the nose, and as we exhale, we create this buzzing sound in our bodies. These vibrations stimulate the vagus nerve, and that in turn stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system. That's all about rest, digest, and heal. It is said that this type of breathing reduces anxiety, stress, helps with insomnia, it aids in focus and concentration. It's also known to reduce blood pressure, and it's also a great way to prepare for meditation. So these are some of the benefits. One of the interesting benefits that I found, it also increases confidence and improves self-esteem. And I think that has something to do with how we perform this breathing. So when we perform it, basically we're bringing our hands to our face, but we're also opening up our elbows outside like this, increasing the chest space so that we can breathe better. But this motion improves confidence and self-esteem. So who shouldn't do this kind of breathing? People who have had recent surgery in their eyes or ears, or they suffer from an infection in their eyes and ears. Also people who suffer from epilepsy. Otherwise, this type of breathing is very safe. Traditionally, Bhramari breathing is done seated. So you can sit in a cross-legged position as I am, or you can also sit in lotus pose where you have your ankles up here. You can also sit in something called thunderbolt, where you're sitting on your heels with your knees bent. If you can't sit on the mat, you can do it seated on the chair. One thing to keep in mind is to cross the ankles. So my ankles are crossed. Even if you're sitting on a chair, you can cross your ankles. Now, how do we produce this buzzing sound? There are a couple ways of doing it. The more popular way of doing it is creating a sound, like an M sound. And the way that we do this is that we inhale through the nose and we keep our lips closed and we produce this buzzing sound in our bodies. One thing to keep in mind is that we don't close our teeth. We're going to keep a gap between the upper teeth and the lower teeth. And you can try this. If you have your teeth on top of one another, it's going to create a very intense buzzing sound that's kind of distracting. But if you create a space between the upper and lower teeth, it becomes more of a soft buzz. The other way of doing it is creating a Z sound. And the way that you do this is that you're going to inhale through the nose, and then with parted lips, you're going to create a Z sound. In this way, our teeth are also slightly parted and our tongue is neutral. It's neither on the roof of the mouth or the bottom of the mouth. And again, you create this Z sound. Whether you choose the M sound or the Z sound, one thing to keep in mind is that we don't fluctuate in pitch. So you can choose either a low pitch or a high pitch or a medium pitch, but you don't fluctuate between them. So it wouldn't be something like this. You either choose or in both cases, it's not forced. It's a gentle buzz. Now, if the room is quiet and there aren't any distractions, you can keep your hands down. However, traditionally, it's done using the hands in a mudra called Shanmukhi, basically closing the 7 doors of the face. We have 7 doors in our head. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So with my thumbs, I'm going to place it on the cartilage, and this is what's going to close my ears. It's a gentle press to block off your ears. Then you're going to place the 2 fingers, the index finger and middle finger, on your eyes. Just a gentle press, we're not squeezing. The ring finger at the side of your nose, and then the little fingers at the corners of your mouth, like this. All right. And then you're going to press in with your thumbs and start breathing this way. We'll do it in a little bit. The other option is to use either your index finger or your thumb finger to block off the cartilage in your ear. And of course, as we mentioned, we're going to open up our chest and send our elbows back to improve confidence and self-esteem. Okay. This is my preferred way of doing it. This feels a little bit claustrophobic for me, but you have the choice to do it any which way that you want. Now, we mentioned that we're going to take an inhale through the nose and an exhale, making an M sound or a Z sound. The Z sound, your mouth is open. The M sound, your mouth is closed. In both cases, your upper teeth and lower teeth are not touching. So let's give it a try together. You probably won't hear me once we start. So what we're going to do, we'll do a test run, and then we'll take maybe 5 rounds together. Okay, so any which way that you want, whether you want to do the Shanmukhi mudra or if you want to do with the index finger or the thumb. I'm going to place my index finger right on the cartilage of the ear. I'm going to open up my chest, send my elbows back and parallel to my shoulders. And then I'm going to inhale through the nose, press in with my index finger, blocking off my ear. As with any new breathing technique that you try, if you ever feel lightheaded or dizzy, give it a break and maybe try again later. All right, are you ready to try it for maybe 5 rounds? Okay, so I'm going to take my index finger, place it on the cartilage of my ear, press into my ear, send my shoulders back and down, send my elbows back, open up my chest, and now I'll do it for 5 rounds. At the end of the last round, go ahead and place your hands back on your knees. Keep your eyes closed for the last few moments. And notice if you can feel and hear the buzzing in your body, in your brain. Noticing how these few rounds of Bhramari Pranayama affected your body. Whether it brought a little bit of calm, a little bit of quiet and peace. And when you're ready, can slowly open up your eyes. Bhramari Pranayama is best done in the morning or right before you go to sleep to improve the quality of your sleep. It's also effective if you have a headache. The positive effects of bee breathing is really noticeable when you do it consistently over 15 days. I hope this information was useful. Do share with us what you felt when you tried this exercise in the comments, and I hope to see you once again on the mat.